Hey guys, it's me, 50, and welcome to 50's Thoughts, the show where I gather as much Arkham news as I can and give it to you guys probably every other week. That's kind of been the formula of the show so far. So we're gonna be talking on a lot of topics. Since so much has been built up, we're gonna be talking PlayStation exclusives first, though. So make sure you leave a like down in the comments if you like these huge news videos. Dislike if you disliked it, and make sure you share it with your friends. That way we can get a bigger audience of people to watch 50 Thoughts. We've had huge amount of likes recently, so thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. And let's move on to the PlayStation exclusives. So when you look at the PlayStation exclusive, which always means for an exclusive little bit of time, you see the Scarecrow Missions Pack. First thing that you see on the image that I got from kind of I think it was some sort of site, whether it was ArkhamNews.com or whatever. You see the Scarecrow mission packs, and I gotta say, I'm not sure what this is gonna hold, to be quite honest. I think that the mission packs will be kind of like extra challenge maps and things like that, where they'll kind of feel like some of the Scarecrow missions from Arkham Asylum, and I don't think there were any in Arkham City. I definitely know there was none in Arkham Origins, but I do feel like these missions will play a lot like the missions that we had with Scarecrow in Arkham Asylum, which I like those missions. I thought those were really cool, and I can't wait for them to kind of come back and in this challenge pack. If it is kind of like a story-based mission pack, which I doubt, I think it could be cool with like Jason Todd being in there and everything like that. Either way, if it's a challenge map or a story pack, I do think that having Jason Todd in there would be kind of cool, since Jason Todd's kind of like this failure to Batman and things like that, and I do think it would haunt Bruce every once in a while, just kind of knowing how he ended up as like the Red Hood and things like that. So I do think that the Scarecrow Nightmare mission packs will be fun to play if they are kind of similar to the ones in Arkham Asylum. And I don't mind if they're totally their own thing too. If there's like Scarecrow Predator maps, I'm assuming it's going to be mostly combat based, but I think that it could turn out pretty cool. Just kind of the way that it's sounding to me, and just kind of how Arkham always is with their kind of challenge packs or missions, type stuff. So let's kind of move on to the skins now. So we'll move on to Justice League 3000 Batman first, because I kind of have a rant with the other pieces of information here. So Justice League 3000 Batman, it's not bad, but they could have done better. I do like the red eyes. I do kind of like how it's kind of like this game's Batman Beyond skin a bit. It's that more futuristic Batman skin. I do like the bat on the middle of his chest, where it's kind of like the Dark Knight Returns bat, but it kind of has that red metallic-y kind of reflective look on it. I think that's kind of cool. The shoulder pieces are really nice, and it's just like the underlay I didn't like too much. If that was all black, I think the costume would look a little cooler. But besides that, it's kind of a cool skin. It's probably not the best skin that we've ever had, but it's still a good skin. Hopefully we'll get some better ones and more kind of recognizable ones, but I think they've kind of used those out in Arkham City. So hopefully we'll get to see some more classic ones come back. Or not come back, but come into play. That hopefully Rocksteady hasn't used before, or Warner Brothers Montreal, which kind of brings me into my next point. Is I get it. It's classic. 1960s Batman with Adam West and Burt Ward. I get it. People grew up on the show. People love the show. But do we really need this skin again? Like, honestly. I do not want them to repeat skins, and I get it. It's an Arkham Origins skin. It's not the Arkham Trilogy skin, But it looks like you just copied and pasted from Arkham Origins and put it into your game. It does, and oh gosh, Rocksteady, you could have done so much better. I never liked the 1960s Batman skin. I never liked it. I wasn't a fan of that show either. I was more of a fan of, Batman the Animated Series when it came around. It's just 1960s Batman is so campy, and I get it. That's what the show is supposed to be. But in a rated M Arkham Knight game, right? It's rated M. Why on earth, after you got the rating and everything, would you throw in the classic TV series Batman? It doesn't make sense. Knowing the rating of the game. Now, maybe this was a pre-thought. Maybe it was before, the ESRB rating. Don't you think fans would be a little upset of you reusing the same skin? Because I sure am. And, I guess it's okay because we have... Wait a second here. The classic TV Batmobile skin is not even the classic Batmobile. If you're going to make this combo, at least market it well. You're marketing it as a classic TV Batmobile skin, but all it really is your Batmobile dressed up to look like the classic 1960s Batmobile by painting it black, putting the red stripes around it, and putting the red bat on the side of it. Really? Really? You're trying to pull this off as a classic TV Batmobile skin? I bet if you show this image to anybody who grew up on the 1960s show, they would tell you that is not the Batmobile and that is false advertising. It honestly is. It's false advertising. You should not call it classic TV Batmobile skin. You should call it the influence, or the 1960s influenced Batman. Yeah, Batmobile skin. Sorry, I cannot talk. But literally, you should have called it that instead of calling it the classic TV Batmobile skin. And maybe I'm throwing this out of the water, but seriously, if the only reason why you brought this 1960s Batman skin back is to have it with the car, don't you think you should have the actual car instead of just a repaint? That's why I'm really mad about this. Sure, call it, hate for the 1960s Batman skin, but we definitely do not need this skin twice. There are thousands of Batmans. Hundreds of them. And this is the one that you decide to bring back? Now, if you were to bring back the Arkham Asylum and Arkham City skins, or even the Arkham Origin skin, I'd be fine with that. But the classic TV Batman skin shouldn't return. It shouldn't. Keaton's Batman skin would have been cool to have here. Nolan's Batman suit would have been cool to have here. Even the Dawn of Justice Batman suit would have been cool to see here. And you bring this back. No! Rocksteady, no Warner Brothers. No, whoever the publisher of this game is. This is not what you were supposed to do. This is the second skin that I had to go on a rant about. First the Gotham Knight skin, and now this one? Come on! I would have been cool with this if this was the first time around. The only problem that I would have had was if it was the only problem that I would have had the first time around is the Batmobile. That's the only thing. But since you reused this skin from another Arkham game, which wasn't even in your own game, it was in Warner Brothers Montreal's version of your game, that's where I get mad. And that's where I get upset. Is because you could have had so many other skins here, but that's the one that you decided to go with. Again, I understand it's classic. I understand people may want to see it, but I never wanted to see it again. I never wanted to see it in Arkham Origins. It doesn't fit the style of the game. It's like giving Mario, the Super Mario's film version of him. It doesn't work. It's not something you want. It just doesn't fit in with the universe. And that's what I gotta say on that. So let's move on to our next topic. I think I've spent enough time on this. So what I decided to do for the All Who Follow trailer is I am going to watch it for the first time in this video, and then I'm going to respond to it. So I have not seen the trailer yet. This will be kind of my reactions to it. I've been holding back from anything on it, but yeah, I'm just gonna kind of watch it and kind of talk over it, and you guys will kind of get my reactions to it. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. All right, Rhythm, still trying to get used to that. Ooh, I'm loving the music. Man, this game looks beautiful. Two-Face!
The people of Gotham need you.
Oh my gosh.
You will bring death to all who follow.
Hugo Strange? Was that Hugo? Yeah, Robin. Wait, what did they do to his hair? Nightwing? Nightwing's back, baby! Oh, that was a sinister shot right there. What? Oh, please tell me that's in-game. Oh, that would be sweet. Now, I know this is going to be single player, but it's going to be cool to be able to swap in and out.
Dark days.
Oh my gosh.
The prophecy has come true. From the ashes of Arkham City, the fires are raging, and Gotham is burning. I can see that same fire in your eyes. Before this night is through, that fire will consume you.
Oh, that is cool. I love how Nightwing's in this game. Tim looks a little weird with a shaved head, but still looks cool. Catwoman's back, which is nice. And these just look sick. Yeah, Nightwing's costume looks amazing. Catwoman pretty much looks the same. Man, that is awesome. That is so cool. So, with that being said, hopefully we can run around as Nightwing and Robin in the open world too, and that I feel like it's gonna be like if you've ever played Kingdom Hearts 2, like the summoning system. I feel like that's where we'll get a lot of that. What we saw in the trailer, it's not like press this button to switch to Nightwing, or press this button to switch to Robin, or this button to Catwoman. I feel like it's kind of gonna be like that summon system, I guess. But yeah, that is amazing. Oh, I'm glad that I watched that trailer. Hopefully we get to play as Nightwing. Hopefully we get to play as Robin in the open world as well, instead of just summoning them in Catwoman. Hopefully they get their own challenge maps. It seems like we're gonna have a lot of challenge characters to play as now with Nightwing and Robin and Catwoman and Harley and Red Hood being announced, and there's actually one more which I'll talk about a little bit later in the video. But man, that trailer is just amazing. I cannot wait for this game. That trailer just got me more psyched for it. Hopefully Nightwing has a speaking role. Hopefully we get to see more of the chemistry between Catwoman and Bruce, since in City I don't really think you saw that too much. There was just like a couple scenes where you saw it, compared to like in the comics and in the animated series where you saw it all the time. I honestly think that all who follow you characters that are in the game will be amazing, and it should be a lot of fun to play as these characters, or at least bring them into your world. It makes it feel more like you're not like Batman from Year One, or like everyone has abandoned you by Batman Beyond time, it really feels like, you're still connected with everyone, and I'm glad that they're going to be introducing that back into Arkham Knight. Because in Arkham City and Arkham Asylum, I always felt, you're kind of alone, Arkham City wasn't until you kind of felt like, like Robin was coming in, and stuff like that. I think I said Arkham City. I meant Arkham. Okay, let me restate that. Arkham Asylum and Arkham Origins, you really felt alone, but Arkham City is where you started to lose that feeling, because Arkham Origins, as we all know, was kind of like year 2 Batman, and Arkham Asylum, it was just you in that asylum, and Oracle's just talking to you over the mic. So that should be really cool, and I just can't wait for this to all come together. It should be one of the coolest Batman games I've ever played, and I think that this will be a good end to their trilogy that they're doing, and hopefully whoever picks up the Batman Arkham title next, if they're gonna have people pick it up again after Origins, I hope that they do a good job with it, because they're Rocksteady's making it, so there probably will never be one after this that is as good as the Rocksteady ones. Alright, so let's move on to the next thing on the agenda after that amazing trailer. The next thing that I kind of want to talk about is the season pass. I'm kind of trying to keep these kind of in the order that they came out. So let's talk about the season pass. So the season pass contains 6 months of post-launch content, including story missions, which, congratulations, that's what we wanted. Additional super villains invading Gotham City. I'm not sure what that will be. I get the feeling it's going to be like Cold Heart from Arkham Origins. That's what I'm thinking. And wouldn't those technically be story missions? I don't know. Legendary Batmobile skins. Ha! Funny. After what you just released for PlayStation exclusives, I doubt that. They'll just be redesignings. Advanced challenge maps, which I can't wait for. I always loved the combat challenge maps. I was never really a fan of Predator challenge maps, but that's because I was never good at stealth. But I can't wait for some of those. Alternate character skins. Just wanted to point out that it says character skins, so that means we'll be getting skins for Nightwing, Robin, Red Hood, Harley Quinn, and Catwoman. I don't think I missed out on anyone there as well, so hopefully we get some cool ones this time around. When it came to Arkham City, like, all we got for Robin was the Red Robin and then the animated Robin. I used the animated Robin more, and I used the 2 alternate skins, and then I used the normal skin more than the alternate skins. Same with Nightwing and same with Catwoman, so that was kind of a bum. So hopefully they have kind of cooler and better skins this time around, and new drivable racetracks. I'm okay. I can see that, with the Batmobile and stuff like that being thrown out there, and I get it. It should be kind of fun. Depending on whether the Batmobile plays nicely or not, I think that could be a lot of fun. Now, everyone is yelling about the price being $40, and to be quite honest, this is not made for filthy casuals. It's just, and also too, when you think about how much content you're getting, it does make some sense. You're getting, story missions. You're getting, more Cold Heart like DLCs. You're getting skins. You're getting maps. You're getting, a lot of different stuff. And $40, it is pricey, but I do think that it still, will cover the cost of all the other ones and give you a good discount too. Now, I think people are saying that it doesn't include. Hold on. I'm trying to find where it said this. Oh, here it is. It says, note that the Red Hood Story Pack, game start GameStop and other retailers. Harley Quinn Story Pack was pre-order, and the Scarecrow Nightmare missions are still considered as separate and exclusive content when the game launches on June 23rd. Rocksteady has also released 4 new Arkham screenshots from the All Who Follow with that information. So it seems like that will be separate, so that means that we're getting even more content for this game post. We have the more characters and more stuff coming in. That I hope the main game is pretty good at this point, because all this other add-on content, it's like, Jesus Christ, how much did you actually put into your game, and how much did you actually cut out? And I can't wait to see, what it is. Would I pay $40 for this? It wouldn't be the first time that I've spent large amounts of money on something on the PlayStation Store that was technically DLC content. Also, PlayStation Plus, is kind of that $60 for all this different content and stuff. So I guess you can call that the PlayStation Season Pass. And yeah, I think it's kind of worth it for those die-hard Batman fans. But if you're not a die-hard Batman fan, and then a door has 4 sides, count them 1, 2, 3, 4, and get the fuck out. Because this is definitely not for you. So yeah, I just, sure, the price is going to be really skeptical, but if you're a diehard Batman fan, it's worth it. If you're not, and you just want to play it for the first time through, then don't get it. That's all I really have to say on that. And yeah, that's kind of my whole thing with the Season Pass, pretty much. So our kind of final piece of information today is Arkham Knight, Batgirl DLC, and more Season Pass details confirmed. Okay, before I start, don't get me wrong, I'm really excited about Batgirl. But is it just me, or does it feel like all the female characters, are kind of coming back into this game and are becoming playable for this game? I don't know if people who were girls that were playing the Arkham games were like, you know what, there's really a lack of female characters in this game series, and they're like, screw it, Batgirl, Harley Quinn, Catwoman, throw them all in there. But it does, kind of come off that way to me, but I am excited for Batgirl. It says, earlier this week, we announced that at the Season Pass for Batman Arkham Knight, while the story of Rocksteady's Batman Arkham trilogy will come to a close on June 23rd, we are excited to continue telling stories and delivering more content to explore and play through the 6 months following the game's release. I can't read. We'll be building more narrative, more missions, more challenges, more characters and vehicles that we want players to experience, even though they did not fit into the storyline of Batman Arkham Knight. We heard from our community that you wanted more information on what we'll be delivering in the Season Pass. While we aren't ready to unveil every aspect of the content that we're developing, we would like to share more detail with you about the Season Pass. So the first thing is the Batgirl, A Matter of the Family, an all-new prequel story expansion in the entirely new location where you play as Batgirl for the very first time in the Arkham series. That is awesome. That is awesome. We get a prequel series. We get I don't know which Batgirl we're going with. Hold on. It looks like Cassandra Cain. It doesn't look like Barbara Gordon. Why am I blanking on her name? But it does look like Cassandra Cain a little bit. Is underneath the suit and cowl. With them saying new location, I wonder what they mean by that. Because I don't think Batgirl was anywhere else. I don't know Cassandra Cain too much. But if it is Cassandra Cain, then I would explain the new location. But when it comes to just normal Batgirl, if it is Barbara Gordon, where the hell did she go? Because I don't really see where else she would be able to go. If it was Bloodhaven, that would make some sense. But to visit Dick or something. But The suit looks cool. I gotta say that right off the bat. The Batgirl suit looks amazing. I love the cowl. I love kind of the it's more like dark bronzish kind of looks to it, and I really like it. It looks amazing. So cannot wait for that. The next part is the Season of Infamy DLC, where you get to play as Batman in all new story missions featuring the legendary supervillains invading Gotham City with new story arcs, missions, and gameplay features. Now, are we gonna bring in characters from like that just haven't been in the Batman series yet? Is that what you mean by this? Or are we bringing back some of the older ones that may have been in Arkham City, Arkham Origins, that just weren't in Arkham Knight? Or Arkham Asylum. I forgot to put that in there. I think it would be kind of cool. Season of Infamy makes me think that it's kind of Calendar Man in the Long Halloween, which that would be kind of cool. Not sure how it would exactly work out in the Arkhamverse, but knowing Rocksteady, they'll figure out a way to do it, and it should be pretty cool. The next one is Gotham City Stories. Play as Batman's key allies in narrative missions extending from their storylines from both before and after the events of Arkham Knight. That is kind of cool. So that kind of confirms we get to play as Nightwing, we get to play as Robin, we get to play as I assume Batgirl's going to be a part of that. And we get to play as Catwoman, I think. Will be kind of in there. The thing that I gotta say is I hope that Nightwing's story is voice acted. That was the one thing with Arkham City that I could not get over was they just did not voice act or give his character a voice. And I really hope that he does have his own voice. I hope he does sound pretty cool, and I hope that they kind of tell us his story since we know nothing about him. And we should know something about Dick Grayson in this universe. So that should be cool. Robin, we got a little taste of him in Harley Quinn's Revenge, but I'd like to know a little bit more of Tim's story. And Catwoman, again, we kind of get a little bit of story from her from Arkham City, but we don't know too much. I hope it's not like the Catwoman missions where there's just like 4 of them and you just have to play through those. I hope that it's more like Harley Quinn's Revenge or Cold Heart. I think Cold Heart is what more people would enjoy from these missions, but I didn't think Harley Quinn's Revenge was that bad. I mean, it took me 30 minutes to beat. I wish it was longer than that, but 30 minutes to an hour. But I really hope that they do have more to that piece of it, and I hope it is longer. It seems like there's going to be a lot of DLC missions in this thing, so I hope it's not like just 30 minutes of spending with Nightwing. Assuming that let's just say that like Bruce Wayne dies or something, it would be kind of nice to see Dick Grayson take the cowl and things like that, or seeing Tim Drake turned into Red Robin or something like that. It would be kind of cool to see what kind of happens afterwards. And seeing the prequel stuff, I don't really care about. I feel like they could sum that up in a couple sentences and dialogue. But I still think it would be kind of cool to play through. I kind of want to know what happens to these characters after the game. So the next part is the legendary Batmobiles with themed tracks pack. Drive through the most iconic Batmobiles. yeah, right. From Batman's 75th year history on custom-built racetracks, each themed, to the Batmobile of that era. Every Batmobile will be drivable across every racetrack. Okay, when you say drive the most iconic Batmobiles, I honestly hope you do mean the most iconic Batmobiles, not what you're doing with the PlayStation exclusive 1960s Batmobile skin that I mentioned before. Otherwise, there was no reason of creating this DLC. I'm sorry. If I do not get the Burden car, if I do not get the Nolan Tumbler, if I do not get Dawn of Justice Batmobile or some of the other classic Batmobiles from the comics, and it's just your Batmobile reskinned with different like camos on it, like it's a Call of Duty gun, I'm sorry. I'm never gonna play that. I'm never gonna record it because it's just that's terrible. To be kind of advertising it this way and then seeing, oh, it's just a reskin. I do think that the race tracks will be kind of fun to play through, though. I'm not sure how they will do it. So it's like 75 years of the anniversary. Maybe the Batman animated. Oh, this would be cool if they had Batman animated from and I know they did it already, but with the track at least, since that was a crucial part of the history. What if you what if the world was animated like it was Batman the Animated Series? That would be cool. If like the 1960s, and I get it, 1960s Batmobile in this game isn't the 1960s Batmobile, but if they did kind of the same intro to them getting into the car and stuff like that, I think that would be kind of funny and stuff. I feel like there's a lot that they could do here, but I do kind of feel iffy about it, knowing what they already released as a PlayStation exclusive. And I want to see more of what these skins actually look like. It sounds fun, but knowing what they meant the first time around by iconic Batmobile, I hope that they do that differently. The next one is the Crime Fighter Challenge maps. Engage in a series of new challenges, utilizing the unique playstyles of Batman and his allies. Yay! Batman's allies will be playable too, which will be great. Can't wait to pull out Nightwing again. I think Harley Quinn and Jason Todd, even though they're not included in this, I think they'll be fun to play. I wasn't a fan of Catwoman, so I'm not going to be playing her. But Robin and Nightwing I'll be definitely playing as when these maps come around. And we kind of all knew that the challenge maps were coming, but at least we know that we get to play as their allies, or Batman's allies, so that's going to be nice. And then the character skins, and it says here, a variety of skins across each eras for Batman, Robin, Nightwing, and Catwoman. So hopefully variety means more than just 2 skins for Robin, Nightwing, and Catwoman. But we know we're gonna get several different skins for Batman, and I hope that they're all better than what they already released, because some of the ones that they released I cannot stand, which you guys already know. But it would be kind of cool to see 1960s Robin. I think since they're doing the whole 1960s thing, it only makes sense. 1980s Nightwing would be kind of cool, where he has kind of the bracers and kind of the disco Nightwing that no one really knows about anymore. With Catwoman skins, if they are gonna go down the Burton and Nolan route with the Batmobile and the Batmans, it would be nice to see those 2 skins come back. I guess 1960s Catwoman's fine too. But I really do think that we're going to get a nice amount of skins, and we're going to get some really cool skins this time around. And that everything's going to be better than what they already announced, since why would you give away the best qualities of the game before it's even out, or spoil it? It's kind of like, the whole Terminator Genesis trailer. Like, why would you give the whole plot twist of the movie out in the trailer? So, and I think that's it for Batman news. I'm just gonna double check though. That's it for Batman news for me. I've got nothing else. Thank you guys for watching this video. I know it's been kind of a longer one than some of the other ones. And let me know what you guys think about the season pass. Is it too pricey? Do you honestly think that we're gonna get the Tumbler and Burton's Batmobile, or are we just gonna get a reskin that looks similar to them? What do you guys think about kind of the 1960s Batman skin coming back? What do you guys think about the trailer? Let me know all this different stuff down in the comments below. I really want to know what you're thinking. And I really want to get some discussions going on these videos. We've had the likes, which is great. We've had the views coming in, which was great. Now let's get some discussion going down in the comment section. since that would be amazing. So thank you guys so much for watching. My name has been 50. You can like the video and share it, dislike it if you want to, but I prefer sympathy likes. And yeah, that's all I got here, guys. So stay frosty.